I felt like a celebrity just being taken care of as a normal patient, someone that shows up as a surprise and needs to be taken care of. And to see the other patients here that are being taken care of the same way, I've talked to others that have been here. They said this is more of a vacation. It's a vacation where they just happen to have surgery and get their life back. Former UFC fighter, I had an XLIF procedure done a while back, about 6 years ago. XLIF stands for Extreme Lateral Interbody Fusion, where they come in from the side and they do very minimal invasive surgery, and they did a fusion at my L2-3 lumbar area. And things were just going great. And then as time went along, I was diagnosed with a continuation of degenerative disc disease. And so my discs at L4-5 were starting to collapse, and it was looking like surgery was definitely going to be in my future. But working with NuVasive, who pioneered the XLIF procedure, I work with them with a program called The Better Way Back, where I reach out to patients that are suffering and I let them know that they don't have to be afraid, they don't have to suffer. They can get their surgery, they can get their life right back on track. So I traveled here to Cyprus to help expand the word about The Better Way Back and let patients out here know that they can have the support that they need. And as soon as I land, I have a terrible trip and fall, and basically I'm laid up. And with me, my pain tolerance is very high, and I've been going through this month after month with pain patches on and very extreme narcotics. And when I hit the ground here in Cyprus, I just laid fetal and cried. It was just such a primal emotion for me. There was no emotion in it whatsoever. I wasn't crying because I was sad. I wasn't crying because I was scared. It was because I was in so much pain. That was my body's only reaction. And so we kind of foregone the conclusion that I was going to go and talk to these patients and hopefully become a patient myself. It was deemed that if I didn't get my surgery soon, that I would have serious, long-lasting nerve damage in my lower back, in my spine area. And we all know that nerve damage takes a long time to heal. I especially know that because being a fighter, I've got nerve damage from a beating I took 2 years ago that I still feel. So when I dropped down in the airport and I realized that I needed to get help as soon as possible, it just so happened that Dr. Bill Smith was here already operating on some patients. I had traveled here with a Dr. Anders Cohen, who wanted to see the AIMIS facility and see if this was something that he wanted to be a part of. And it was just a perfect combination that everything came together, and I was very quickly able to get my surgery, and it was phenomenal. My XLIF that I had 6 years ago compared to this, night and day. I recall, as great as my XLIF was 6 years ago, it was a few days before I realized where I was and that I had come through my surgery and that I was okay. This time, 6 hours after my surgery, I get taken into the hospital, they run their tests, they see what needs to be done. 6 hours later, I refuse any help getting out of my bed, and I walked over unassisted and I stood underneath the clock in my room just so I could get my picture taken to show everyone that I have my life back now. Once I landed here, and I knew my goal here was really to see AIMIS and to see how they were going to treat their patients, and then immediately becoming a patient myself to see the process that they went through. As soon as I came to the hospital, I felt like I was in the near future. It was so clean. I've had 7 surgeries throughout my life. This was my 7th one. I've been in some hellacious hospitals that I would not wish my worst enemy on. And to have one-on-one people caring for me, bringing me into the hospital, wheeling me in, showing me my room, walking me around the hospital, just seeing how clean it was, seeing that I was getting a room to myself to where I could be taken care of. My food was taken care of. I felt like a celebrity just being taken care of as a normal patient, someone that shows up as a surprise and needs to be taken care of. And to see the other patients here that are being taken care of the same way, I've talked to others that have been here. They said this is more of a vacation. It's a vacation where they just happen to have surgery and get their life back. It's incredible. What I see with AIMIS first and foremost is you need to get your life back. That's your priority. You need to have proper care. AIMIS is a facility where they can do that for you. They're using the latest, the greatest technologies. They're bringing in the finest surgeons from around the world. The surgeon that operated on me, that was already here operating on other patients, and I just happened to get lucky that he was here, along with Dr. Cohen, who came with me to see AIMIS. I would say he was one of the top 3 in the entire world in spine surgery. I could not have done better. And he wasn't here for me. He was here for your average patient that was suffering, that came here. You can't find a better place than AIMIS to come and get taken care of. From the moment that I walked into the hospital and they saw that I was in pain, immediately, let's address his pain. Let's make him comfortable. Let's show him this facility. Let's walk him around. Let's wheel him around so he can see everything here. Let's introduce him to the staff. Let's let him know that he is now one of our family. When it came time for discharge, I get taken to my hotel. I get shown my room. My meals are taken care of. I want for nothing. All day, every day, I know that I am the priority. And I said it before and I'll say it again. It's almost like I'm on vacation, and by the way, you're gonna have a life-altering surgery, so you're gonna have your life back by the time you go home. I know that there's a great fear when people think about these international surgery centers. There's always that rumor that I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be missing at least one kidney. I can tell you here in Cyprus, it's a resort. It's a phenomenal place. And because my recovery was so incredible, up and walking within 6 hours, 12 hours after my surgery, I was already doing rounds around the hospital. I was released within 24 hours. Shortly after that, I was down poolside, relaxing in the sun. Today, I got to drive around Cyprus. I got to see the sights. I got to see the ruins. I got to see the history that is here. It's a phenomenal place to be here. I was never in any fear of a third world country, of any danger whatsoever. This is a tourist destination where people fly in from all over the world for vacation. And it just so happens that these surgeons, the best surgeons in the world, also want to set up shop here. Why wouldn't they want to come to such a great vacation spot and change people's lives for the better? And then, by the way, they can also go down to the beach and have a Mai Tai and sit by the pool.